Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a special guest. One of my very best friends, Ivan's visiting from Melbourne, Florida. So we're going to progress this cart. We're going to start by tearing down the rear leaf springs, and then we'll get some paint on it. Then we'll move on to finishing up that rear axle that we started last time. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Start removing stuff.
Okay, so we'll remove the splash shields and then go on to the leaf springs. Let's hit the time lapse. See that the bushings are absolutely destroyed, brittle and breaking, so we'll replace those as well. Alright guys, so we're having a change of plan here. So we've just spent a few hours
several hours
cleaning this up, and frankly the top end is pretty good. Underneath needs probably another hour and a half's worth of work. So we're going to replace it. We're going to replace it with an aluminum version, and I think this is better. It's aluminum, and I coated it in bed liner probably about a year ago. I did this for the silver cart back when it was blue. After I first got it, because it was a bit of flaking paint underneath it and I thought it was rotten. When I refurbished the silver one there, it was actually fine. I just sanded it off and gave it a paint and everything was good to go. So we're now going to run round to Ace real quick, grab some nuts and bolts for this, remove this one. Ivan's just working on it right now, and just stitch the new one in. Bonus with that, as Ivan just pointed out, is it's already dry. I can throw the batteries in it tomorrow. We're going to try and get this thrown together as quick as possible. We'll just have some touches up to do here. The rest of this has come out absolutely fantastic. It really was just a little bit of surface rust. You see the pattern in there from where it was manufactured. It's gold, it's solid as a rock. So we're going to run to Ace, get some nuts and bolts, remove this bad boy. Moving this is pretty straightforward. We have 2 stars here, nut and bolt, and then at the back end here we'll have to drill out the P-clip there for the wiring harness, and then there's a bolt there and a bolt there, and then when the rear seat goes on, there's a nut and bolt that goes in from the top there. So we're going to carry on with this, run around to Ace Hardware, get some nuts and bolts, and we'll be back with you. There you go. Alright guys, so we're back from the hardware store. We've got all of the hardware necessary to install the new battery tray. We decided to, just off camera, to remove the floor real quick here, and that's really revealed lots of nasty gunk and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and clean this up. We've just sprayed it with all-purpose cleaner. I'm conscious that we've got exposed metal here where we remove the surface rust. So obviously we've got to be cautious of flash rusting, but we're going to go ahead now real quick, rip all the rest of the front end off, because we've got to do the lift obviously, and then we're not left with very much at this point. So we're going to go ahead and clean it up, power wash it, and then we'll turn it over and clean all underneath, so it's essentially like brand new. Anything that needs touching up with paint, we'll do that, and then we're going to move into the garage and hopefully start putting this bad boy back together. We have got the big storm up north. We haven't got any snow and stuff. It's actually a beautiful day, but it's close to is it now about 36 degrees or something, Ivan? So we're gonna have to move into the garage. So it's 4:30 here, so we're chasing the time now because the sun's going down. It's very low in the sky. So we're going to crack on now, get rid of the front end, and then we'll give it a quick clean, dry it off, throw it in the garage. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Dave Dives Into Barbecue. So we're having a pulled pork for dinner tonight, and it's just hit finishing temperature, so we'll just check it out. Thought you might be interested. The old trusty Traeger. Oh yeah. Stick a knife in her, and a fork in her, she's done. Cool. Let's get her in the cooler. Here comes the wrapping towel. Hey guys, it's the next day here. So yesterday we changed our minds and we decided to change that battery tray after spending countless hours actually trying to get the rust off it. And again, it's not too bad, but it does take a long time, especially when it's on the cart. We should have taken it off, and I realised that we had the aluminum one that had already been wrapped aligned. So we went and got some hardware for that, and we're good to go. So off camera, we sanded down the top part of the frame and the under part of the frame, and I put the first coat on before I went to bed last night. I didn't film it, the camera was charged. It was close to midnight and it was freezing cold. So this morning we've given another coat to the underneath. We're just waiting for that to flash, and then we're going to turn the cart over and see if there's any parts that we've missed. And it looks superb. Absolutely superb. So again, we're just waiting for that to flash. It's nearly there. We'll turn the whole thing over, give that a paint. In the meantime, I'm just getting the bench set up outside, and we're going to change the brake. They were a little unevenly worn in places, so we're going to clean up the drums, change all the hardware. I've got new springs, clips, so we'll refresh the brakes, and then hopefully we can, well, we'll go from there.
it is.
Perfect. Spread it out. Alright guys, check out this paint job. It looks like brand new. Everywhere. It's beautiful. Well, it's a few days later now. Tell with the beard. That was a lot of work, and thanks again to Ivan for coming up and helping. We had a good laugh. So we managed to get it completely stripped down. We cleaned her up, changed the battery tray, painted the frame, and then managed to get the rear axle back on. I was hoping to get the front lift kit installed, but unfortunately when we unboxed it we found that the front weldment was severely damaged. It looks like it was manufactured incorrectly. So I reached out to the vendor. Unfortunately I did buy it a few months ago and it's outside of the return window. They will not send me a new front weldment, so I've got a bit of a complaint in with them. We'll see if anything happens. So in the meantime I've ordered a new one, so when that comes in we'll add that into episode 4 and we'll start from there. Anyway, I'm very pleased with the progress so far. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.